Hello everyone, I'm Subhojit Panda from OdissaTV.in presenting you today's news from Odisha. First headlines. 6.7 magnitude earthquake rocks eastern and northeastern parts of India. Tremors also felt in Balasore and Mayurbhanj district. Dual statement reaches national capital as Congress accuses Prime Minister of not letting CBI to investigate corruption charges against Odisha government. Jewel says his version distorted. Khairaguda tribals to go ahead with animal sacrifice during Surya Jatra. District administration to follow Supreme Court guidelines. Naveen unveils New Year resolution for 2016 with a 15-point agenda on his official Twitter page. Health, education, women empowerment and employment main focus. And Ministry of Urban Development issues vision statement over smart city. Bhubaneswar to develop as IT hub and Rourkela as industrial centre. Now the details. Tremors were felt in Balasore and Mayurbhanj districts in North Odisha after a major earthquake measuring 6.7 on the Richter scale rocked eastern and northeastern part of India in the wee hours on Monday. Initial reports indicated that 2 persons were killed and 30 injured due to the earthquake. The quake occurred at 4:35 a.m. at the depth of 17 km below the ground, and the epicenter is located at somewhere in Tamenglong district of Manipur. The epicenter has been located at longitude 24.8 degree north and latitude 93.5 degree east, it said. The earthquake was also felt in parts of Manipur, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Mizoram and Tripura. India's northeast is considered the 6th major earthquake-prone belt in the world. The Odisha government will enact a new law for the benefit of sharecroppers this year. Revenue Minister Vijayashree Rautrai announced here on Sunday. Meanwhile, concerned over large-scale farmer suicide cases across the country, the centre has convened a meeting of Niti Aayog with revenue secretaries of all states in New Delhi on 8 January to discuss the issue. Sources said the meeting is likely to discuss ways to stop farmer suicide, development of farmers, as well as provide more benefits to sharecroppers. The centre has already formed a committee led by former chairman of the Commission for Agricultural Cost and Prices to allocate more benefits to sharecroppers. Former Chief Secretary Sudhanshu Bhushan Mishra said, as per the Odisha Land Reforms Act, common people cannot have sharecroppers. Therefore, sharecroppers have no legal identity.
Odisha Land Reforms Act ne bagachati rakhi hobane. Sadharan loko bagachati rakhi paribe na. Tenu bagachasi mankar konosi satya nahi amaro. Jodi satya nahi se kshetrare semane kipari sarkari sahajya paibe ebong kipari ऋण पाइबे नचेत तो से महाजन तो बहुत शुद्ध हार नहीं ऋण करेंगे यही समस्या विषय निजर मतामत राज्य सरकार भावुची निश्चय से कमिटी आगे रखिए
जोटा कि शेयर क्रॉपर्स भाग चाषी मानकर जो हक से माने पाउनथले जमीर जे मालिक सी एग्रीकल्चर इनपुट सब्सिडी जहाँ मिलूला से माने सी पाउतले ए वर्ष आमे गोटे आईन आने चाहूँ जो थे कि भाग चाषी माने सीधा सड़क भाव में उपकृत हेबे विथ द कंसेंट of the landowner and the sharecropper.
The Congress on Sunday accused Prime Minister Narendra Modi of not letting the CBI investigate charges of corruption against the Naveen Patnaik government in Odisha. It demanded a Supreme Court monitored probe by a special investigation team. Congress leader Jairam Ramesh and the party's Odisha unit chief Prashad Harichandan said the party has steadfastly maintained that Patnaik was leading a massively corrupt regime involved in loot of previous resources of the state. They accused the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Biju Janata Dal of being in cahoots in looting the resources and people of Odisha. The statement said Tribal Affairs Minister Joel Oram has commented that the central government has let off the Odisha government on many issues, including the chit fund and mining scams. Joel Oram had also stated that the investigation has actually slowed down and was not going at the accepted speed, but the union minister had refused to go into reasons for slowing down of probe in front of camera. The Congress leaders also accused Modi of blatantly misusing the CBI to protect the Naveen Patnaik government rather than letting the agency investigate and prosecute the guilty.
We demand a Supreme Court monitored CBI inquiry into the chit fund scam. And number two, we demand a Supreme Court monitored CBI inquiry into the mining scam. The chit fund scam, which is being investigated by the CBI, Mr. Joel Oram has already said that the CBI is not doing its work properly because they want to save Mr. Naveen Patnaik. And I think it's a complete subversion of the CBI. The government should pass the Lokpal bill and ensure the complete independence of the CBI.
Chit fund tadantare CBI रो शिथिलता बीजेडी बीजेपी मध्यरे गुप्त बुझामणा जोगु संभव होइछि मुख्यमंत्री प्रधानमंत्री भितर भेट हैला उभय उभय को समर्थन करिवारे राजी हेले डील हैला बिल पाई डील हैला एकथा प्रमाणित हैला.
Hours after senior Congress leader Jairam Ramesh and OPCC chief Prashad Harichandan attacked Prime Minister Narendra Modi in a press meet in New Delhi, alleging laxity in the CBI probe into the chit fund and mining scams in Odisha, Union Tribal Welfare Minister Joel Oram said on Sunday that the Congress leaders distorted the meaning of a statement and were trying to score political mileage. In a release, Oram stated, "I'm surprised that MP Jairam Ramesh and OPCC President Prashad Harichandan have tried to score a political mileage on the statement made by me on CBI probe into the much-talked chit fund and mining scams in Odisha after distorting its meaning." He further said, "The Congress leaders seem not to have carefully examined what I have said and also what I later clarified." Oram added, "The statement made by Jairam Ramesh and Prashad Harichandan is false, politically motivated and based on distorted facts." Mounting his attack on the Congress, Oram said the entire country knows the corruption was synonymous with the Congress party, whether in power or otherwise.
मैंने बताया कि बीजेपी बीजेडी का कोई अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं है, सीबीआई अपना काम कर रहा है और सीबीआई जैसा काम करना चाहिए वैसा काम कर रहा है. मैं कहीं नहीं बताया कि बीजेपी बीजेडी का अंडरस्टैंडिंग है या सीबीआई किसी के द्वारा प्रभावित है या कुछ इसमें किसी का इन्फ्लुएंस है. नहीं, इसको मैं नहीं मानता हूं. इसको कांग्रेस का समय में ऐसा होता था, अभी हमारे समय में ऐसा नहीं हो रहा है.
Ignoring efforts by the district administration and social activists to persuade them to stay away from animal sacrifice, tribal people in western Odisha on Monday announced the decision to go ahead with the annual Suliya Yatra at Khairaguda in Bolangir district on 12 January. The decision is premised on the recent Supreme Court verdict asking governments not to interfere with religious practices as per centuries-old traditions of sacrificing animals by different communities. The tribal group, after a meeting on Monday, announced to observe the festival according to the ritual on first Tuesday of the bright fortnight, that is Shukla Paksha, in the Hindu calendar month of Posa. A large number of animals, including buffaloes, goats, sheep, chickens, pigeons, ducks and swans are slaughtered at Khairaguda of Deogaon in Bolangir district during the Suliya Yatra, which is observed by the tribal people of Bolangir and adjoining districts. For years, the administration has stood as a helpless mute spectator while the sacrifice goes on. People sacrifice thousands of animals every year in the district as part of their age-old Suliya Yatra or the annual killing festival. They believe that all their suffering is because of divine wrath, and the sacrifice of animals will ensure that deities protect them from misery and misfortune. Notably, a bench of Chief Justice H.L. Dattu and Justice Amitav Roy in September last year had refused to interfere with religious practices and had said the judiciary could not stop the centuries-old traditions of sacrificing animals by different communities.
नहीं, हमें ओनली अवेयरनेस क्रिएशन करी से मन को ठीक है, हमें अवेयरनेस क्रिएशन करी बट ऑलरेडी कारण पर सुप्रीम कोर्ट कोच होंदी ना दिस ट्रेडिशनल ये कौन करिवे ट्राइबल मने ये मन को हमें कौन करिवे से मने फॉलो करिवे बट हमें ये मन को अवेयरनेस क्रिएशन हमें करिवे.
Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik has unveiled his New Year resolution for 2016 with a 15-point agenda on his official Twitter page. The Chief Minister's Twitter handle, that is @Naveen_Odisha, on the social media page has posted around 15 photos with messages. The main areas of focus are health, education, industry, transport, women's empowerment, employment and pakka houses for people. Besides, emphasis has been given on meaningful execution of Niramaya and Ahar schemes in the state. BJD spokesperson Pratap Dev said the Chief Minister has posted his messages on different sectors along with photos perfectly on Twitter. Meanwhile, the opposition saw the Chief Minister's message on Twitter as a tactic to gain popularity, which is said is declining every day.
अनेक समय मध्य आम देखीचु कि कथार कदर्थ हो बा अनर्थ हो मध्य बाहर करा जायछि बा कोनोसी मेसेज जदि जो लाइन रे दिया जिबा कथा सेटा को बोधे ठीक भाव में पहुंची पारने लोक पाखे समस्त कथा को सुंदर भाव से ट्विटर रे फोटो सह विवरण दैछन्ति।
प्रथम कथा होछि नवीन बाबूंकर लोकप्रियता ह्रास संपूर्ण भाव में ह्रास पाइलानी। चाषी मृत्यु एवं सबु क्षेत्र में नवीन बाबू आज विफल होती जहाद्वारा कि सी सोशल मीडिया थ्रो रे लोकंकर प्रिय पात्र हवापाई चेष्टा कर संपूर्ण सत्य।
तेबे ब्रह्म विभ्राटर फोटो पठेवा दरकार था जो चाषी आत्महत्या कले आज भी चली जार सुओ एपर्यंत बंद होनी ता फोटो कहीं ट्विटर रे तांको निजर जहाँ कहते रखु कि विचार अल्टीमेटली करेंगे लोके ये फोटो गुड़िक ट्विटर रे रही भल होता लोकं को मूल्यांकन करवा।
State capital Bhubaneswar will turn into an information technology IT hub, while Steel City Rourkela will become a prominent industrial centre of the country. Based on the state's report on Smart City, Ministry of Urban Development has prepared a blueprint regarding it. Bhubaneswar as IT hub and Rourkela as industrial centre figured in the vision statement recently issued by the centre on the priorities that should be given to cities included in the Smart City list. In the Smart City report submitted to the centre recently, Bhubaneswar Municipal Corporation BMC had given emphasis on information technology IT, and accordingly the Ministry of Urban Development planned to make the state capital a centre of excellence in the field of IT. City Mayor Anant Narayan Jaina welcomed such a proposal of the centre. It is a welcome step that centre has planned to develop Bhubaneswar as an IT hub. MLA Bhubaneswar North Priyadashi Mishra said. Mishra also welcomed the statement proposing to develop Rourkela by boosting the industrial sector. It is a good decision to turn mineral-rich Rourkela as an industrial city, he said. Rourkela Municipal Corporation RMC also praised the move.
भुवनेश्वर को आग पूरा 1.5 वर्ष लगे सबुआड़े वाईफाई हो तेणुक आमर आईटी हब हवा निहाती आवश्यकता अच्छी भुवनेश्वर प्रायोरिटी स्टेट गवर्नमेंट दौरान प्लस आम जो स्मार्ट डिस्ट्रिक्ट करूँ गोटे ज्वलंत उदाहरण रहा बाकी भुवनेश्वर जो 7टा डिस्ट्रिक्ट अच्छे से आनुषंगिक नहीं से भाया कार्यक्रम कर
राउरकेला को एक प्रमुख शिल्पांचल रूपे परिणत करने भारत सरकार जो प्रस्ताव रही निश्चित भाव में एक स्वागत योग्य प्रस्ताव। ऑफिशियली जदिव आमको इनफॉरमेशन ए पर्यंत आसी नहीं किंतु तथापि निश्चित भाव में यह द्वारा राउरकेला अंचल प्रभुत्व उन्नति घटिब।
3 days after the cabinet nod for setting up of a steel directorate, the state government has started preparing roadmap for the new entity that would exclusively look after the affairs of the steel industry in the state. The government is in the process of outlining the function, characteristics and features of the directorate, sources in the Steel and Mines Department said. The directorate is being informed at a time when uncertainty looms large over a mega steel plant proposed by steel major POSCO at Paradeep. Earlier, ArcelorMittal had backed out of its plans to set up a 12 MTPA plant in Keonjhar. The directorate would look after companies facing serious problems, especially related to raw material. Besides, it would also provide assistance to industries in land acquisition, green clearance, local employment and transportation. This apart, it would also work to create downstream industries, sources added. On the other hand, experts have questioned the need for such an entity.
Keeping that in view, government has decided to set up a directorate of steel also. It will be a composite department. So the additional secretary in the steel and mines department, he will become the director of steel. But we will also engage some outside consultants, some advisors.
सही उद्देश्यटा satisfy हो पारता ये जो डायरेक्टर माइंस डायरेक्टर जियोलॉजी को स्ट्रेंथन करते गोटे सेपरेट स्टील सेक्शन करते सही जिनसा से कर एडिशनल सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ स्टील जो ओएस ऑफिसर नॉन टेक्निकल ऑफिसर से रही डायरेक्टर या द्वारा कौन हम जदि कर टेक्निकल ऑफिसर करते।
activists of the district unit of Congress on Sunday hurled eggs at the vehicle of Food Supplies and Consumer Welfare Minister Sanjay Das Burma in the premises of Special Circuit House, here alleging ration card irregularities. 5 to 6 Congress workers threw eggs at the vehicle of the minister and shouted slogans while waving the party flag. Puri SP Ashish Singh rushed to the spot to take stock of the situation. A police official said on condition of anonymity that the Congress activists have been identified and will be nabbed soon. Notably, ration card is issued in the name of Puri Municipal Councillor and Zilla Parishad Vice Chairperson under the NFSA. Later, the councillor withdrew the ration card. Meanwhile, Puri Zilla Parishad Chairperson Dibakar Patra's wife Kabita Patra was also issued a ration card. But the matter was hushed up and no action was taken in this regard. The Economic Offences Wing or EOW of the Odisha Crime Branch on Sunday arrested Swetang Patnaik, Chief Executive Officer CEO of Ashirwad Multipurpose Cooperative Limited from Keonjhar on charges of duping depositors of Rs 10 crore. The arrested CEO was later forwarded to a designated court in Cuttack. Patnaik was absconding since 2014 and hiding at different parts of the state. However, he was nabbed by the EOW team from a place in Keonjhar on the basis of a tip-off. Sources in the EOW said Patnaik and other directors of his company had unauthorizedly collected money from gullible depositors promising high rate of interest. However, the company closed down its office without refunding the invested amount to the depositors. Before wrapping up the news headlines once again, 6.7 magnitude earthquake rocks eastern and northeastern parts of India. Tremors also felt in Balasore and Mayurbhanj district. Dual statement reaches national capital as Congress accuses Prime Minister of not letting CBI to investigate corruption charges against Odisha government. Jewel says his version distorted. Khairaguda tribals to go ahead with animal sacrifice during Surya Jatra. District administration to follow Supreme Court guidelines. Naveen unveils New Year resolution for 2016 with a 15-point agenda on his official Twitter page. Health, education, women empowerment and employment main focus. And Ministry of Urban Development issues vision statement over smart city. Bhubaneswar to develop as IT hub and Rourkela as industrial centre. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.